Guyuria. So here I've got my flour and softened butter, and we'll just crumble the butter into the flour. And we want to make sure the butter is completely mixed into the flour until the mixture here resembles coarse crumbs. These cookies used to be called jawbreaker cookies because they were so hard. I remember as a kid growing up on Guam, the Guyuria, they were so hard it wasn't even good to eat. But with the addition of butter to the dough, it makes the cookies crispy and flaky as opposed to rock hard. Alright, that's great. And now we'll add coconut milk just till this mixture forms a soft, non-sticky dough. Let's pour it in. The coconut milk makes these cookies smell so good. Hey, coconut milks make everything taste great. I'm using canned coconut milk, but if you want fresh, you just grate your coconut, add a little bit of water, and start squeezing it. And you'll get your coconut milk. Alright, just making sure it's thoroughly mixed. Let's see. It'll pull away okay. Okay, to clean hands, it should not stick to your fingers, so that looks good. Alright, our dough is ready. If you think it's too sticky when you're making this, you can sprinkle just a little bit of flour, but this is ready to go. It's just sticking to the rest of the dough, but alright, there we go. If you are making Guyuria by yourself, I would suggest you divide the dough into, I've made 5 portions. Wrap 4 of them in saran wrap and work with one batch at a time. So what I've done is I've pulled off a piece of dough, roll it into a log, and then just pinch pieces off. Okay. Now I usually make Guyuria by myself. And I would have a whole tray of pinched dough, and then I would roll it on the fork. I'll finish this. Okay. Just get a piece, just slide it, and then roll. Pinch at the end, and set it aside. So again, here, roll, pinch at the ends. Here's a closer look. Pinch at the end. It is important that you do pinch the dough off at the end, so when you slide the dough, slide it off the tip, roll from the back, and when you're at the edge, press it down. Otherwise, your cookies are going to open up when they're fried. Doesn't have to be perfect, but they will turn out perfectly delicious. In the meantime, I've got my oil heating up. You'll continue to do this until we've got a tray ready to go into the hot oil. Alright, my oil has been heating up. Let's see if it's hot enough. Just drop a piece in. Okay. So it sits there at the bottom. The oil's not hot enough. We'll give it a few minutes. I've turned up the heat, and then we can continue frying. Okay, that's good enough for our first batch, so we'll let this continue to brown. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and roll more cookies. Okay, you see the oil has calmed down and the Guyuria is 2/3 cooked. It's slightly brown and needs to get a little bit more darker. Okay, so at this point, I would go ahead and turn up the heat. Now when we take this batch out, put in a fresh batch, you're going to have to reduce the heat initially, then bring it back up. It's kind of just how I cook my Guyuria, to make sure that it's cooked all the way through, so when you have some a month later, they stay good. They're still crunchy. Alright, so the Guyuria is done frying anyways. It's darkened quite a bit more. We'll just ladle this into a colander. I have turned the heat down in preparation for the next batch. Alright, so go ahead and continue frying your cookies until they're all fried and completely cooked. Then we'll frost them with sugar. Okay, I wanted to show my setup because I'm the only one making the cookies. I've got my oil ready for more Guyuria, some cookies that have been rolled out waiting to be fried, my batch of dough, pinched off dough, another sheet where I can put more Guyuria, and then the cooked cookies at the far back. Okay, so here's the finished fried Guyuria. We still need to coat it with sugar, but know how small they are, okay? And note the color. That way when you bite into the Guyuria, it's cooked all the way through. Here, listen to the crunch. Okay, so it tastes great without sugar, but it's not sweet, so we'll go ahead and make our syrup and then glaze the cookies.